Laura, this came up on the recent earnings call, right, where Etsy said, yes, inflation is hitting us. People returning to brick and mortar stores is hitting us. People not buying new homes with interest rate rising is going to hurt us because people won't be buying furnishings. But are there things like weddings, right, that bolster this stock?
So it did come up on the earnings call, but the earnings call was a little over a month ago, and we think things have gotten worse since then on the inflation, geopolitical distraction front. Also, we're lapping those stimmy checks, which are not showing up this year. But the shift towards events and away from home could potentially pull consumers away from their screens, for one thing, but also those home-related buys are pretty big ticket buys. So as the consumer looks to buy a pair of shoes, not a chair, that means lower revenues per transaction, which potentially means lower fees for Etsy. So
what should Etsy strategically do at a time like this? Should they do M&A? How can they position themselves for an eventual rebound?
They have made some strategic acquisitions over the last few years. First on the music side, then Elo7 in Brazil, then Depop in the UK. They're doing a lot of the right things with their search engine performing better because of many, many more inputs from this COVID era when traffic was up. Our call is not that they're making mistakes. It's that the environment in which they're operating is not so great for their business, not good for consumer discretionary spending in general. And because their advertising is online and we see cost to acquire customers moving higher, they're just seeing outside pressures that there's not much they can do about.
Moving higher is an understatement. Reading your note this morning, Laura, I had to do a double take on the kinds of figures, at least you're hearing about in digital marketing inflation. Can that be right? Can it be 20 to 40%?
It can certainly be 20 to 40% per impression. And that's how a lot of this pricing works. If there are fewer consumers shopping online and there's inflation in digital advertising, we're hearing it from multiple companies. One of the things that's unique about me is that I cover wholesalers, I cover brick and mortar, I cover omni-channel, I cover e-commerce, and across that very broad playing field, everyone is telling me 20% plus digital advertising increases.
Wow. Laura, thank you.
You got it.
Laura from Loop Capital.